Right now, the most powerful military on Earth is being held hostage. The U.S. Department of Defense recently tried to perform standard repairs on their own fleet of unmanned aerial vehicles. They have the expert mechanics, the high-tech tools, and the massive hangars required for the job. But when they asked the manufacturer for the technical data rights needed to actually perform those repairs, the quote they received was staggering: $2 billion. Think about the scale of that number. If the Pentagon, with a $1 trillion budget and the world's most advanced legal team, is contractually prohibited from fixing the hardware they supposedly bought, what chance do you have with your own property? This isn't just a story about corporate greed or an isolated military contract. It is the final, forensic stage of a systemic transition that economists define as digital feudalism. We have officially entered 2026, and this is the year you finally stop owning your life. For decades, the engine of capitalism was production, the simple act of selling you a physical product that you then owned. But as we move into 2026, that model has been replaced by a logic of permanent rent-seeking. We are witnessing the birth of kitchen as a service. Manufacturers are no longer interested in selling you a washing machine or a refrigerator as a one-time transaction. They are selling you a continuous relationship where you pay to play. Your modern appliances are now equipped with edge AI that monitors your usage habits and optimizes energy consumption. But there is a dark side to this intelligence. Under this new digital order, you have been demoted from a consumer to a digital serf. You do not own the software that allows your fridge to cool or your oven to heat. If your maintenance subscription lapses, or if a manufacturer simply decides to end support for your specific version of the hardware, they can remotely brick your device from a server room thousands of miles away. You might believe that you can simply opt out and fix things yourself, but 2026 is the year that parts pairing became the mandatory industry standard. This is a sophisticated software lock that digitally binds the serial number of every individual component, from a screen to a battery to the device's main circuit board. If you attempt to replace a broken component with an identical part from another device, the software detects the unauthorized serial number and instantly disables critical features like your camera or Face ID. It is an IP fortress built into the very atoms of your property. This is why, in early 2026 alone, over 33 right-to-repair bills were introduced across the world as advocates fight a desperate battle against the digital security narratives used by big tech to justify these locks. They claim these restrictions are for your safety. However, investigative data suggests they are actually designed to protect corporate balance sheets and destroy the second-hand market. If you are watching this from Berlin, Paris, or Madrid, your economic reality is about to undergo a massive shift. In the fourth quarter of 2026, the European Commission is set to table the Digital Fairness Act, or DFA. For the first time, the EU is admitting that the internet economy is built on the systematic manipulation of your choices. Commissioner Michael McGrath is specifically targeting what regulators call addictive design and unfair personalization. Starting this year, drip pricing, the practice of hiding mandatory fees until the very last click of a checkout process, will be strictly banned across the Union. But here's the dark investigative truth. While European lawmakers try to regulate these dark patterns, the technology is evolving even faster. We are seeing the rise of AI-empowered dark patterns, algorithms that don't just trick you, they learn your unique psychological vulnerabilities in real time, waiting for the exact millisecond you are most stressed or impulsive before they prompt you to click accept. This systemic transition is creating what analysts call a resilience gap, and our physical world is becoming dangerously brittle as a result. In 2026, a minor power outage in San Francisco provided a quiet preview of this vulnerability when dozens of autonomous Waymo vehicles suddenly stalled, unable to read the roadway without active traffic signal data. We are trading true ownership for digital convenience, and in that process, we are surrendering our autonomy. If you don't own the tools of your daily life, you are permanently subject to the algorithmic governance of corporations that now act as digital landowners. They control the information you consume, the dynamic prices you are shown, and ultimately, whether or not your car is allowed to start in the morning. As we move deeper into the complexities of 2026, you face a fundamental choice. There is a growing counter-movement toward traditional luxury, brands that offer no apps, no cloud updates, and no tracking. These mechanical devices cost significantly more upfront, but they are designed to last a generation. In 2026, they represent the only remaining way to opt out of the digital fiefdom. The real question for this year isn't, what can AI do for me? But rather, what am I still allowed to own? If you want to understand the hidden algorithms that are currently setting your rent and shrinking your social safety net, you need to watch our previous deep dive on the rent algorithm conspiracy. Subscribe to stay outside the system. And this is the Invisible Blueprint.